Hey, Steve.
Hey Rich, how you doing, man?
Good, man. It's good to see you again. Dude, your product is blowing up.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Mortley, Mortley.com.
Yeah.
So for everybody that saw the first video, I'm gonna repost it in the comments so you can just click to it to get kind of the just the basics on Mortley because that's what that video was. Since then,
hmm
you've actually added a ton of stuff to the product. And I'd love for you to share some of the new stuff in Mortley because you did 7.8 million last month,
Yeah.
27 or 28 units.
Yep. Yeah. Record
I'm
breaking month.
assuming, yeah, I'm assuming you used Mortley on every one of those.
Oh yeah, God. Yeah, I had to. When you kind of get up into this threshold, it just kind of just starts getting overwhelming. So, a lot of these refinance quotes that I did, I shot them out in seconds. And usually when these clients are emailing you, they might be emailing other people too. So, I think the speed it helps a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. So the last time we talked and we kind of launched it out to the branches for them to consider if they wanted to use it or not, and you actually had a whole branch join on. Was it Chris Sandals' branch?
Yep. Sandals
How did
branch. Yeah.
so tell me how did that happen and what did they say and what you say and then what they say and what you say?
Well, we actually started talking to President's Club about it. We sat together, and then when we did the video, we started. After we did the last video, he said, "Let's do a demo." So we did a demo with this crew. I kind of pulled it up for him, and I said, "All right, guys, let's do. Let me give you an example. If you had somebody asking for a $225,000 quote and a $250,000 quote with PMI, how long would that take you to make those, four quotes?" And they were like, "Oh, 20, 25 minutes or so, I guess." I'm like, okay. And then I immediately pulled it up in Mortley and did it in about 45 seconds to a minute, and they were just blown away. It was like, what?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that's awesome. Well, I definitely want to share it with everybody again for those who didn't get a chance to see it before, because you've really polished it up and added a bunch of stuff. So I'd like to hand the con to you and just kind of step us through it.
Yeah, yeah. So let's get over to that right now. Let me hop over to that screen. All right. So can you see it?
I can.
All right. So yeah, like the same example before, it takes time to work through these scenarios. And sometimes, you may take 25 minutes or so to work them all up. So the same scenario, 225, 250. Let's get four quotes ready to go. So the first thing I'll do is I'll make a quote here. Let's run this at 225. Let's change the down payment to 5%. Let's go ahead and add in our PMI and escrow. And we'll run our PMI quote here. And it kind of gives you some defaults. You can say 740 credit score, what your DTI is. And this is all coming from MGIC. So it's these are live rates. So it pulls it in and there you go. There's your PMI, your rates. So you're not looking up rate sheets. You're not running, and there are cheaper rates out there, but for this very first quote, I'm not looking to get very specific. I just want to get an idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing, let's go run this over here. Let's make a copy. Let's do this at 10% down. Let's run this MGIC quote. Let's make another copy. Let's do this one at 250. Okay, and the rate stays the same, right? So we'll do this one over here at 5% down, but we'll change it to 250. There they go. How long did that take? About,
Wow.
there's all four. And so
Yeah, man.
what I end up doing is sending this to them, in a nice little, like a table. I'll send them a table here where they can see everything. And it puts everything side by side for them. I can make fee sheets with a single click. So you click here, click a button, and there goes your fee sheet. So, you can work up these quotes really quickly. And one of the things we added last week, and this is what I'm excited about. Let's say you have an address, let's just add in my old home here on Campbellford. All right, Campbellford Drive. Oh, wait, spelled wrong. There we go. Let's add in an address. So now we have an address. We're just going to say home here. Now I can click property taxes, do a search. And this is what's going to be really cool because now once these taxes come in, there it is. That's it. So now I got the taxes on any address I have. So if I have a client who's looking for a house and he says, "Hey, I have an address, give me the quote on it," I can get it out to them and while they're on the phone, really.
So it just did a call to the county tax,
Right.
pulled
We
it
got
in.
every US state, all 50 states I have property tax information. And one of the cool things I'll be adding is we can add in, when was the last deed recorded, right? Now on refis, I don't have to ask how long do you had the loan? I already know. Other things like who owns the house. I mean, you can get all kinds of cool stuff now. I mean, it's all public information, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So we just basically pull from the public records and it pulls it right in. And then hopefully, if the next week or so goes through okay, we'll have the home insurance quotes coming in pretty soon too. So the idea
Mm-hmm.
is that we're adding in just, anything I can do to speed up my workflow. I mean, if you think about it this way, man, I mean, like, let's say the average loan officer quotes 5 quotes a day, right? 5 quotes a day, 5 minutes per quote. So that's on average, that's going to be about 206 or 1,300 quotes a year if you're quoting every day of the week. So doing the math, 1,300 quotes every 5 minutes or for 5 minutes a piece, 6,500 minutes. That's 108 hours. That's 4.5 days. So sometimes loan officers may spend days and days quoting. And with Mortly, you can get that down to about 10 hours or less over a year.
Man,
I mean,
you've really dialed this thing in.
yeah.
What else is there to show us?
So we got the property tax searches there. We have that. Other cool things too that I like to do are the calculators. Now these are some calculators that I use to talk about paying extra on the mortgage. So a lot of times when rates go up, they always ask, well, oh my gosh, my rate went up, $10 a month. And I'll say, well, why don't you just pay $50 a month extra? If you do that, you're going to pay this thing off 2 years, 7 months early and save 13 grand in interest. So you take the focus off of the actual rate itself and you say, look, you have control over the term and how much you pay extra. The rates are going to do what they're going to do, but I'm going to teach you how to save money, right? I'm going to teach you how to save on interest. So that way you don't pay the bank any more than you need to, right? So that being able to convey that stuff very quickly is super, super important. Same thing with points. Like I can tell you how long it takes to break even on points. So if I got a 3.75% deal and a point drops at a quarter, I know it's going to take you 6 years to break even, but if you reinvest the payment savings, only 3.9 years. So just real easy, able to give this stuff over. And to me, I think that the new loan officers benefit the most because it sounds like they're seasoned, right? They're spitting this stuff off.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're really able to really convey that, hey, I know what I'm talking about here.
Man, that's good stuff, dude.
Yeah. So that's the power of it. I mean, everything's real time. As I move around these numbers, notice how everything changes with it. I can even add in a homeowner's insurance rate, and I'll just throw these things around. I'll go up and down with them, and I'll just get it perfect. Same thing for cash outs and refis. Oh, this is one here too that you guys you'll really like. So let's go over here and let's go kill all of these here. Delete all these. Let me go delete, and let's make a new refi quote. This is unique to Texas, but in Texas, if I know what the last loan date was, let's say they did a loan last year.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to my title fees and the discount's already applied. It knows. So it factors.
So that's Texas specific, but
but all Texas, it does bring in title insurance discounts as well. Same thing with escrow prorations. If I enable escrows on this thing and I say the taxes are $350, homeowners insurance is $150. Did you notice that all the aggregates and the prorations calculated automatically? It's all there, ready to go. I just got to put in when the insurance renews, say July, recalculates, all my prorations are perfect. And I've checked this against all of our systems too. I mean, these things are dead on. So
when you go to disclose, actually have an application for this and disclose, you're dialed in.
Oh yeah.
Down to
the dead on. And it took a lot of work to really figure out. I mean, does anybody really know what aggregate adjustments are?
Yeah, nobody.
I mean, do you know how to calculate that stuff? It's work, to get it.
I mean, there is a formula, but nobody uses it.
Right. And that's it, man. I'm just whizzing through quotes, as people, I almost think sometimes subliminally, I can't say it, officers will, I mean, when you get a client that's like, hey, give me all these quotes, and you're like, oh, Jesus, can we focus on just one for a minute? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. When I'm running quotes for people, I'm hammering these things out, man. They're coming.
Right. Well, cool. Well, I know that you do a little free trial special with the gang. Are you still offering that for the group?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So everybody can get a 7-day free trial. And then, if you want to get it extended, just reach out to me. I'll let you use it for a month or so, play around with it, see if you like it, see if it saves you time. My hunch is that it's going to save you time. I mean, even if you're only doing 1 or 2 quotes a day, I mean, you're still saving time.
Well, you just quoted 4 different scenarios for the same client in less than a minute.
Yeah. That's
with everything.
That's about time is money.
That's
I
incredible, dude. Good job.
appreciate it. Yeah, we're just going to spend the time with realtors, man. All the time you save, think about all the what you can do. I mean, spend time with your kids. I mean, if you're running quotes all afternoon, I mean, goodness, that's not dollar productive stuff, really.
Right. That's good stuff. So how do they get a hold of you?
So they can reach me at, and I'll just bring this back over. So they can reach out to me at steve@mortley.com, or of course, email me through Network Funding. Everybody has my email.
Mm-hmm.
But the Mortley is mortly.com. Reach out there, sign up, no credit card required. You just throw in your information and get to work.
Good job, dude. Well, thanks. So if anybody's interested, reach out to Steve.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you, Rich.
All right, guys. See ya.